everyone. I haven't done this before while driving, but here we go. How to deal with toxic people. There's really no way to deal with them directly. If you've tried to speak to them, you'll realize that the conversation just goes around in circles. It never really goes anywhere. Because the thing with toxic people is that they just don't want to hear it. They don't really care about what you have to say. They expect everything to revolve around their point of view, their perspective. Thanks for the donation. So they really don't require any input from you. They don't validate your experience. And I think that's really what makes them toxic. That's what gives you that feeling inside that something is not right. Because when you're dealing with someone who is mature, at least a moderately healthy, functional person, even if they don't agree with you, they can still see where you're coming from. They can see how you got to that conclusion. But toxic people cannot see that. They just see it as though anything that is different to their point of view is bad or wrong, and you're only doing it to hurt them, or you're trying to manipulate to exploit them, because that's what they're trying to do. So they just assume that everyone is the same. So how do you deal with toxic people? I would recommend limiting your contact with them. Doesn't matter who it is, even if it's family. I know people look at it like, how can you stop talking to your parents or even your own children? How can you just stop talking to them like that? And of course I can understand that point of view. I can see how someone would get to that conclusion. But then on the other hand, it's like, yeah, exactly. If you're family, then how can they treat you that way? That's how people should also be looking at it. Because if someone's your family, then they should respect you. They should at least try to understand you. It's not always about focusing on the effect, the result, the consequence of something, rather than the actual cause of what brought that into manifestation. But that's just what toxic people do. They tend to focus more on your reaction to what they're doing. Toxic people don't like to look at themselves or their actions. You could go grey rock, but what I really recommend is just to not deal with them at all. To deal with toxic people, you don't deal with them. It's kind of a catch-22. It's a paradox, but I think it's true. Because I've never heard of anyone dealing with a toxic person or a narcissist and feeling validated, feeling understood, feeling like something is actually being resolved without it coming up again in the next few days. It just doesn't happen. So there's really no evidence to suggest that working with these people and trying to deal with them is going to help anyone in any way. And actually, it doesn't even help the toxic person. It's just enabling their bad behavior. It's not making them better people. So it really doesn't help anyone anyway. So yeah, to deal with toxic people, the only thing you can really do is just leave them alone, because they're never going to see things your way. They're never really going to understand. You just have to let them go. Focus on yourself. Focus on recovering from the traumas that you've endured from being around them. And then when you start getting back to yourself, you've then got something to give to those who can receive it. Those who can digest your qualities. But toxic people, no. All you can do is avoid them. That's really the only way to deal with them. You cannot work with them. You're wasting your time by trying to cooperate, because they just see that as a weakness anyway. They just see it as though you're a fool. And of course they will continue to play you, to exploit you, to exploit what they see as your stupidity, your naivety. Because that's all they're going to see it as when you try to cooperate with them, because they already know that they're not to be cooperated with. If you try to cooperate with them, they just see you as though you're completely stupid. That's really how they look at it. They just see us as fools for trying to cooperate. So don't cooperate with them. Just let them go. And you just carry on with your own thing. Just focus on yourself, protecting yourself, being the best person that you can be. And yeah, you'll find that guides you to a happier, healthier life. Anyway, I'm just driving to the hot springs in Krabi in Thailand. I haven't been here for over a year and a half now, but yeah, it's nice to be back in Krabi. I really like it here. It's quite quiet. Just driving along. Okay, we're back. So yeah, just on the way to the hot springs now. I think I will do a video there on my other channel, Spiritual Secrets,